tenho nothing. Eu tenho nothing. Now, what is eu tenho nothing?
I'm not impressed by your performance.
When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand.
His leg's broken. Oh,
Welcome, Fathletes. Hello, we are here. Good news is Mr. Stephen Roth is COVID-free.
COVID negative.
COVID negative.
That's not COVID. I
the-
promise.
That's
That's my post-nasal drip that I've had for 25 years.
2020's positive
Mhm.
is a
It's
negative.
It's being a negative.
It's so
being
weird.
negative. Yeah. Well, what's funny to me is like I got the message that my this person that was staying at my house was COVID positive. So I went to my boss and I was like, "Don't move. Stay where you are." Like this person tested positive. I gotta go get a test. And then he texted me today. He goes, "So what happened?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm negative." He goes, "Well, I'm positive." I'm like, "Well, what?" I'm like, "I don't know how you got it. You didn't get it from me."
Well, how did he get it?
I have
Jesus
no
Christ.
idea. No idea.
So, does someone contact you, like an official, or did that person?
No,
be
that
like,
person
Yo.
texted me. They were like, "Hey, I just tested positive for COVID. I'm trying to find emergency quarantine housing."
See, that's how it's like. People are like, "What do we?" There's like contact tracing. Like, yeah, but
Yeah.
I haven't heard of anyone getting called by. It's
Yeah.
usually your friend going, "Hey,
Yeah.
you should get checked
You
out."
get checked out. It's just like when you find out you have AIDS, you have to hit up all your exes.
I
Like,
hate
hey,
doing
I know,
that.
I know.
Sometimes
we were like,
I pick. I go 7 years and anything past that, I don't hit you up.
Yeah, I had an ex who lied, by the way, but she was like, "You gave me HPV," and I was like, "Well, that's not true because I've been tested." But well, I mean, you can't get tested for
What
it.
an
man.
accusation!
You can't get
though.
tested for it if you're a man. You can't test for it in man. That's the thing. It's like a ghost. You might have it, you might not. But I was like, all my previous girlfriends didn't have it, and so for you to say that you have it is ridiculous. But COVID, like I'm negative. My girl was negative. My roommate was negative. So we were like, my roommate and I were near contact the person who it was with that had it, and like I was in a car with this person. So I was like, I definitely got this shit, but I didn't got it. So everything's cool. I don't have it. You're safe. I promise I won't breathe on you. We're a good distance apart.
I think I'm healthy. I think I'm okay.
We're
I
a
think
good distance apart.
if I get
You've
it,
been
I
running,
might have
like-
complications.
Like I've been getting fatter. You've been getting more athletic. So the Fathletic thing is staying even, right? So you've been running.
My resting heart rate is at like 45
Yeah.
right now.
You've been running like you, Gabe
That's great.
Sosa. Who else was it? Frankie
Gabe
Oy.
is not running. Don't give him
I thought
that
he was
credit.
on the thing.
He is on the thing. He is not running.
Oh, okay. Well, I saw somebody's numbers going up.
Let's see. So I think right now,
Was it Frankie Oy?
I'm the only one. Like, there's 2 people that have finished their 100 this month. I'm next. I'm at like 94 or something.
How are you not first?
For me, this October was more about finding out what my long run distance was
Okay.
and seeing how
Alright.
consistent I could be. I
get
tried to compete at first, but I just didn't have the time. I was like, geez, I can't run 10 miles every day. I'm doing shit. Sorry.
Did you go back to work already? Are you working yet?
Well, I mean, I'm door dashing, and then
Okay.
Wednesdays, Thursdays, there's comedy, and
Yeah.
so it's like I don't have the time I used to.
Okay, I feel
So
you.
I've found a pace that's
That's
steady
good
for
you.
me.
Okay.
Yeah,
For
5-6 miles.
My pace is not doing anything at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good pace.
Yeah.
I prefer that fucking pace.
Yeah, I think it's great. Like, sometimes I worry about my health, but I'm like, I don't plan on living past
Dude, there's a
57
bucket
anyways.
of candy right here. Like, I
Oh,
wish
fuck,
I could
dude.
just.
Bro, dude, me and my girl this whole weekend watching scary. We watched James the Giant Peach, Hocus Pocus,
James-
Phantom of the Megaplex, which is a dope Disney movie because Mickey Rooney's in it. It's just sick. It's got a great twist at the end.
And it's
just,
creepy.
just creepy and just eating candy, just having a blast.
I've been watching scary movies all month. That's what
Mhm.
I do every October. But yeah, I do get stressed out. So when I eat and I
Mhm.
watch, it's just
Dude,
fucking.
Kit Kats, bro. The mini Kit Kats where you just pop. It's just one.
Yeah, they got
but it's
some-
thick.
I think it's a Twix with cookies and cream in it now.
Oh yeah, I've
What
had that.
the
I've had
fuck?
that. I don't. They're getting crazy with the Kit Kats has now like a cupcake one where it's like white chocolate with like sprinkles. Like you're getting out of hand. You're getting out of hand with this candy. I can't anymore.
The matcha green tea Kit
Oh my
Kats
God,
are
yes.
so good.
Yeah,
But
dude.
don't accidentally buy the wasabi ones.
It looks the same.
They really do. The
Yeah.
wasabi one's like slightly darker,
Yeah.
and it says wasabi. But I'm not looking. I'm looking at colors.
No. But you see, and the good thing is though, is that you've been keeping up with the athleticism thing. You've been keeping up. You got this water jug over here, and me, it's just been Red Bulls and fast food. Like
You
just
know how
crushing.
hard it was to find a jug that suited me?
Uh-huh.
Because most jugs, I get annoyed with how many times I have to refill. Because I drink
Mm.
an obscene amount of water. I wish I didn't,
Mhm.
but it annoys my girlfriend. Like I think that's gonna be a reason she breaks up with me. She's like, you just drink like a fish, dude.
I used to have the metal clinky one where it would keep your water cold all day, and then I don't know what the fuck happened to it. I lost it. I lose everything. I lose literally everything. Like if I will bring it, like I probably brought it to a mic and then left it on the table and walked away.
That's probably why I like the big ones. I've really only kept the big bottles, my 64s, my 70.
Yep.
I think this is a 72.
I've got like a nice big blue one, but it doesn't keep my shit cold. It's just it gets hot through the day.
How much water do you drink every day?
Not enough.
You're like,
this
is my first cup.
Well, I've had like a glass today, but like you know how like your body needs a certain amount of water to equally distribute throughout your body so that you don't die. I get about like maybe 2% of that. like
You're like a carton of milk. You're 2%.
Yeah, like I look at my face, I'm like, man, I'm breaking out. I'm red. Oh, it's because I haven't had like any water in like probably 2 days. Mostly Red Bulls.
Red Bull just squeezing you like a raisin.
I don't know how I just haven't started seizing.
Your piss must be green, bro.
It's a dark yellow.
So gross.
It's a dark yellow.
You ever pee and go, that doesn't smell healthy?
Yeah. Like my girlfriend will be like, I don't know if you're okay, and I'm like, neither do I'm not sure either.
You don't piss brown? Just me? Odd.
She tells me, she's like, you poop way too many times in a day, and I go in there and the bowl is just destroyed. I'm like, you might want to not like
I
walk
think
in
it's
there.
just a dude thing, because I'll poop twice in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll wake up. That's usually what gets me out of bed. Is I can't hold my pee or shit anymore. So I'll go take a shit. I'll make some coffee. And I'll hang out for a little because I need.
They don't tell you that like 25 is when you start falling apart.
Dude, I've been falling apart since I was 15. Like I was a latchkey kid. I grew up on like bagel bites and Hot Pockets.
Oh yeah, dude, Hot Pockets, $1 burritos that you just stick in the microwave, put a little sour cream and tapatio on that shit.
Fire right now.
Dude,
So
I told you I had those empanadas, man.
I don't know. There's a Castaneda's nearby that I had some fucking carne asada fries. Oh, so good.
Yeah, but
that's the best part about running, though.
Yeah,
is that you can just eat.
You can just go to places and eat.
Yeah.
I mean, I went on a walk today. You know how it helped me physically? It got all the gas out of me. I was walking around, I was crowd dusting the whole neighborhood.
How much do you poop twice in the morning?
I poop. Listen, it's not in the morning thing. It's like I poop like 4 times throughout the whole day, like 4 to 5. I was texting. I forget which comic I was talking to, but they were like, I poop like once a day, and I was like, that can't be healthy.
I don't
and they
think
were
that's
like,
healthy.
And I was like, I poop like 4 to 5. They're like, that can't be healthy. I'm like, well, one of us isn't healthy, and it's probably me.
No, I think because I would say 5 times is average for me.
Yeah, my girl will tell me that she'll like poop like once every 2 days.
That's ridiculous. You eat like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
It
I don't
should
know what
be
it
efficient.
is. I think I'm pooping just fine.
Do you have good?
They're not good poops.
Good bowel movement.
No,
Are they're
they're
loose?
brutal. They're brutal. I'm over there like, oh fuck, damn, no, like Jesus Christ.
Do you strip naked? When
Yeah.
you just take a shit.
Yeah.
I only do that when like my stomach.
Dude,
hurts.
it caused problems at work.
leaving the door open.
They're like 1, you gotta close the door. 2, you're just leaving behind you're painting the bowl.
Dude, you need like those drops so that no one knows it's you.
Yeah.
Those
Well,
ninja
they used to
drops.
keep Febreze in the fucking bathroom. Then the Febreze was gone. I was like, I got nothing to mask this.
Yeah,
And
you
then,
gotta bring your own.
yeah, and then sometimes I'll have a violent shit, so it hits the bowl hard, and it just leaves a mark, and then I'll flush, and that mark stays.
You know
and people
what's,
get upset.
What's the best masker of the smell that's cheap? Are matches.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
matches
for
are the
sure.
shit, and you can always find them. So, well, maybe
I'm
not
afraid I'm gonna
anymore.
have so much methane that I'm gonna light that bitch and the whole building goes up.
I mean, that's the way to go.
yeah. Diving my own shit. I'm cool.
Why
with
not?
that. I'm
Why
cool with
not? You let your building know this, or you have it engraved in your headstone. This man died of sudden methane explosion. SME.
it. SME, dude. Suck me every day.
He
Anyways.
dies of SME and has ASMR.
Anyways, man.
Can you have ASMR? That's not.
You
not a
do
thing.
ASMR.
You do ASMR.
ASMR is like, we're gonna be taking this glass of water. Can you hear this? I'm just gonna.
Is ASMR like that audio file that was going around from like E-Bombs World or something? Where
No,
you got
ASMR
the
stands for
haircut?
well, that's a thing, but ASMR is a thing. It sounds like audio something R M and then something. It does something to your brain that you're like, it gives you a tingly feeling. But yeah, there's that 3D sound at the barbershop. That shit's wild.
That one freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, that was weird. That was
The
trippy.
hey, stop
whoa.
it.
Hey, man, you're a little close to my ear there.
Stop. And then there's one where like some slut's whispering to you.
Yeah, well, that's what it became. Is like ASMR just became hot chicks eating potato chips in a microphone and dudes just jerking off to it.
Okay, I feel like ASMR actually became chicks eating chips into the microphone and dudes assumed they were hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like phone sex lines.
No. They're doing it on video. Yeah, on YouTube.
What's
They
the
guys-
fucking
And
point?
she's in there like cracking a pickle, just and the dude's like, the whole time. That's how he works out.
I don't know if I'm into that. This generation.
Everybody's got their own thing, you know. Some people like
That's
furries.
a weird thing.
Some people like furries.
I get that though. I understand you. You like dressing
Some
up.
people like pegging, you know.
Yeah,
getting
I
pegged.
get that too.
Getting pegged.
But listening to shit.
Yeah.
What a flex on deaf people.
Yeah, dude. Fuck deaf people. Get the. I'm gonna let them hear it.
We should market our podcast only to deaf people.
Yeah. This podcast is sponsored by Aaron Chase.
There's a show on Netflix.
There's no way Aaron Chase has ever listened to an episode of Fathletic. There's no way. I listened to all of his. His movie one's not
What
bad.
a fucking asshole.
I listened to all of his.
You should talk shit about him.
Yeah.
We'll talk shit about him until he listens.
Yeah.
Fucking dick.
Yeah, I message him all the time. He never messages me about any of these episodes.
Really?
Yeah. I'm
Wow,
like, dude, that episode
rude.
was great.
Rude.
Yeah.
He's just he's
It's in his own world. Anyway.
He's Dave Chappelleing his life.
Yeah.
He's-
Anyways, today is Saturday. This is a late podcast. We usually do this in the morning with the card
It
reserve.
worked out nicely though.
Yeah, it was great. I got
What?
to
All
eat
right.
food.
What time did you say it went on?
It started
today?
at like 8 in the morning.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Early prelims.
Where were they fighting?
They were fighting in Abu Dhabi, the new fight capital of the world.
So that was what time was that for them?
I have no idea.
That had to
I know
have
that
been
when
a regular
Khabib,
day.
I know that when Khabib was walking in, it was already nighttime there for them, and that was literally at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. It was already nighttime then for them.
So it was probably like a 6 hours at least, 6 to 12.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Well, okay, so if it was nighttime during the main event, that means it was probably a regular timed event for them.
Yeah. So
right?
he's probably walking in at like 9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
What a way to walk in.
Yeah.
You said you didn't see the first one?
Yeah, I missed the first one. I know the guy won by like an arm bar or something like that, but I didn't watch the first fight. I watched two chicks swing it out, and she busted her chick's nose open. It was great.
Oh,
Dr. Stoppage.
Lauren Murphy?
No.
No.
Early prelim.
Early. Oh, okay. Jesus, what'd you do all day? Just sit in front of your laptop?
No. We
Jesus
put it
Christ.
on the ESPN app on the TV.
Oh, that's a good move. And
Yeah.
just let it run.
Just let it run. We ordered Denny's or IHOP. We ordered she had crepes. I had fucking pancakes. It was delicious.
Dude, you should
Blueberry.
have just made that shit yourself.
No, dude, because that would mean I'd have to get out of bed and miss the fights. I just sat. And
Why don't
waited.
you have a hot plate in your room
All right. Well,
with flour,
I don't think that
egg,
far ahead. I don't think that far
milk?
ahead.
Dude, you could have had 20 pancakes.
No, I had 2 blueberry pancakes that were smothered in this blueberry sauce, and it was delicious, and it was
That
worth
sounds
it.
like IHOP and not
I
Denny's.
think it was IHOP. It was IHOP. Be hopping.
Is
through-
IHOP superior to Denny's?
No, they both suck.
Why?
They
No,
both
no, no.
suck.
But one has to be better.
Well, Denny's has they'll give you coffee more often when you're at Denny's. Like if you're sitting there, they'll walk by like 4 times to give you coffee. IHOP will give you coffee once and then charge you for 17 more coffees. Also, so orange juice at IHOP is $3.76. It's a fucking robbery. Okay, $1.50 for my fucking OJ. That's it. I draw the line.
Yeah, I think it's like $2 at Denny's.
Yeah, $3.76.
What the fuck? And they
It's
give you
so
one
expensive.
glass, and
You
like,
get
would you
one
like
glass.
to purchase another
Yeah.
glass of?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. How about not in a kid's cup,
Yeah.
bitch?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep. So that's why IHOP sucks. They can eat a dick.
I do
Anyways.
think IHOP's. I prefer Denny's. I
Yeah.
think I like
also,
the
Denny's
choice.
is open super fucking late. Sometimes like 24 hours. Walk in.
IHOP used to be open 24 hours. I
Not
feel like I
anymore.
remember it when I was a kid. It was.
Yeah, it was, but not anymore.
Rude.
Yep.
You
Anyways.
can't have crepes after 8.
Yeah, well, fucking
Rude ass. So yeah, you saw that bitch's nose get taken
sliced
apart?
open, dude. And then the doctor was like, "We can't stop the bleeding, so you have to stop the fight." And she was like, "No."
Yeah, you should have let her make that decision.
Well,
She starts passing out. Ah.
yeah, the
I mean-
cut man was in there doing all he could, and he was like, "I can't get it stopped. It's bleeding bad."
Can we wrap a tourniquet around her head and let her fight?
Dude, the gash was like that thick.
Jesus, she
Yeah,
get hit with an
she's-
elbow?
Yeah,
Oof.
elbow coming in.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
that's fucking
I
nasty.
know, and she was pretty too, so I was like, "Damn, your face
Was.
is wrecked."
You're gonna break that Ronda Rousey rule.
No, I mean she was throwing hands, but the other chick wasn't bad looking. You know, pretty girls can bang.
Can they though?
Valentina's pretty. She's not
Okay,
like she's not
I guess.
like movie star.
I
pretty.
guess
She's
you're
not-
right.
she's not
Okay,
movie star
you're right.
pretty.
Now pretty girls can bang, but back
Yeah.
in the day,
Back in the day,
no, they couldn't.
Laura Murphy's not that pretty, but she bangs. She's like 38.
She's got a name that she's supposed to be pretty though.
Yeah,
You know,
Lauren
like
Murphy.
Lauren Murphy.
They were like, her 19-year-old son is at home watching. Like, damn, way to date Lauren Murphy. Like,
Jesus, she comes out. I had him when I was 6.
dude, the person Lauren Murphy beat looked like Rock Lee. Straight up. Chick had a bowl cut, black bowl cut, bushy eyebrows.
Looks like Lilia Shakirova.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What a mismatch.
Yeah.
14. Lilia had 8. Oh, wow.
She beat the shit out of her. Choked her out, too.
Submission in round 2.
Yeah, choked
Good
her
for
out.
you, bro. Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, the undercard fights were great. I liked them all. Dude, the one that surprised me the most was this dude. He knocked him out in like 18 seconds, and the dude was like undefeated.
I did like that about this card as I was going through the highlights. Like, you noticed, like, finish.
Lots of finishes.
Yeah.
I had tweeted it. I was like, wow, this card's going by quick.
Yeah.
Like, and it was early finishes, too, like first or second round, real quick. A guy beat a guy in 18 seconds. Another dude won in the first round. He stayed undefeated. There's a lot of quick finishes. Submissions. The only one that I think that went the distance was the Nathaniel Wood. Then 2 went the distance. The Nathaniel Wood fight and then the Robert Whittaker fight.
Right,
yeah.
What'd you think about that? Well, I guess we can get there
Yeah.
when we get there.
We can go down the card and give our thoughts.
Yeah. Well, let's start with fucking Magomed and Jan.
And Ion and Kutaleba.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the rematch. Everybody was like, yo, Magomed Ankalaev is like really good. And Ion was playing possum in the first fight and was acting like he was hurt. And then the ref came in and stopped him.
Yeah, there was some drama, right?
Drama.
Yeah.
And then they got really like heated, like I'll fuck you up. And they were supposed to fight. And someone caught COVID, so they had to push it back. They finally got to settle the bad blood. And Magomed Ankalaev put a fucking stop to that shit and was like, dude, I'm way better than you. I'm so much better than you. I left no doubt in anybody's mind. I knocked you the fuck out. Brutal, too. Dropped him. And then he was covering up and then just hit him with the... Broke through the guard. He was out like a light. Ate like 3 more shots before the ref stopped it.
I was thinking today it'd be dope if like mixed martial arts went underground almost, and they were like, you know what? Fuck the card. I'll show up to your gym, bro. Let's bang in the parking lot.
Ion looked like the kind of guy that would do that because he was weird. Like I said before, like in their first fight, he like walked across the cage and like threw himself into the guy, and I was like, how is that not a DQ?
Yeah, that's right.
Like, yeah, so he was down to bang whenever.
He's down for street beefs.
Down for it, but he got his lights put out today. So and he gave him a hug afterwards.
If you were his coach, if you were Jan's coach, and you're like, all right, dude, we got to work on this. What's the first thing you'd send him back to do?
He was circling him, so it means he was following him. He wasn't cutting him off at any angle. He wasn't like shifting 2 steps to the right to like throw a right hand. He was just following Ankalaev around the entire ring. And so Ankalaev was just leading him to his power side and threw a straight left right to his face and dropped him. So maybe don't follow your opponent who's clearly leading you to his power side.
Dictate the fight more.
Yeah, cut off the cage, work your angles. He was also really aggressive going in there with his hands down. And he ate 2 or 3 shots.
Huh. They have a similar record too. You would think that he'd have a similar experience, but
like I said before, I don't fuck with Russian dudes with the Abe Lincoln beard. Like you don't mess with those guys. They'll put your lights out. And he did.
It's weird how like countries kind of pop up in the same way, like when the Mexicans started popping up in boxing and shit, and it's like now it's Russia apparently,
and it's the Dagestan dudes because you can all tell when they're from Dagestan because they got the same beard, same head shape. They're all named Magomed.
There's one barber there.
Yep, they're all named Magomed because it means Muhammad, and they're all fucking into that shit. I forget what religion that's called. You
Muslim?
know the one, yeah. That's the one where they people hate them for it. But yeah, so they're all named Magomed, so they come out from Dagestan. They've all been training in that Dagestan Russian wrestling program.
I bet their barber has to take them down to shave them.
Oh yeah,
he's got to hold them down.
But every single one of them has like short hair, beard, no mustache. Like they just shave the mustache. They leave the nice
It sounds
beard.
like a prison cut. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, well, they're all fucking animals, so they're beasts. So that was a good one.
Is there just nothing to do out there?
No.
That's how you beat these guys. You
It's
give them
kill or
a
be killed.
drive-in.
It's
You
kill
give
or
'em
be killed.
You give them a drive-in theater. You give them some laser tag.
McDonald's,
You fly in some Swedish sluts.
yeah,
to
you
hang
let the
out
ladies
for the
look.
weekend.
Let the ladies show some ankle. You know, you make them. It'll be fun.
Look, if you guys are gonna beat the Russians, you got to do some fucking.
Did you ever see when Khabib won the belt and they were showing video of Dagestan?
No.
The dudes were in fucking cars with AK-47 shooting off in the sky.
They need distractions. That's crazy. Did you see that video of the guy flipping out at his TV and then busting a cap into it?
No.
Yeah,
Why?
some team was playing the Cardinals. They lost. He was a fan,
God.
and so he took it out on the TV. He
God.
threw something at the TV.
It's best if it's
ripped
not
it
even
off
his
the
TV.
wall.
If he was just at a friend's house, someone
What a
else's
fucking
TV.
asshole. Let me
You
see if
just
I can
shot my
find the
fucking-
video.
You just shot my TV. Why? Well, I've been working through some anger issues, and I was supposed to breathe for 10 seconds, and instead I popped the cap in that fucking bitch's ass.
He popped a couple caps.
Well, it's a Vizio. You would think it would be able to sustain it, but I guess
No, you need a LG because with LG, life is good.
Yeah, you wouldn't be sad. Your team probably would have won. Maybe they would have won if you were playing for them. Maybe if you weren't sitting on your ass at home, being like, when those people that be like, yeah, we did good, but like you're not even on the team. You just watch them. So how did you affect the fact that they did good?
He was a Cowboy fan. Here,
The Cowboys suck.
Press play on that.
It's because the dude probably broke his ankle. Let's see what's going on. Oh. Yep. Oh, he's pulling a gun out right now. Yep. Oh, he put the whole clip in that bitch.
If he's in California, he only put 3 rounds into that.
That had to have been when because they played wow. Losing and watching his team as well.
Apparently, they got spanked.
They did get spanked because
and you're not a real fan unless you react like that.
It's because their quarterback broke his ankle 2 weeks ago, and so they have a backup, and they've just been getting shit on.
I mean, you would think they'd learn from the Bulls. You need a strong franchise. You can't just lean on one guy.
Well, the dude was doing great, and they got a new coach, and everybody was happy about that. And Dak was going for he was throwing like 500 yards a game. He was going to break all the league records, and then his ankle got turned into a way that breaks it about 6 different places, and your career's maybe over.
Did he try to fight you at a bar?
Yeah. Fuck that guy. I took that shit home with me. I got it hanging up on my wall.
You should. You should buy one shoe and just hang it. Yeah.
And then what was the name? I can't even remember the name of the fucking bar that it was at.
No clue.
No clue. Just put no clue.
Yeah, you should write it in
2019.
You get a high top Converse and you write it in white Sharpie on it.
No clue 2019.
Yeah. You spit blood on that bitch.
I drink beer out of it on occasion.
You should just start picking fights.
Yeah.
Even if you lose, you take the piece that you gotta hit in. You're like, yo, I got one good hit on his dome. You hang some sunglasses.
Yeah, I took these home with me. They're mine now.
They're brand new.
I just be taking things from people. I'm not even fighting them. I'm just taking things from them. This is mine now.
Your girlfriend's mine now. All of this is mine. All of this is mine, though.
Yeah.
Fucking Russians.
So what was after that one? I forgot.
We already talked about Lauren putting
Murphy.
a stoppage on Rock Lee.
Yep.
Phil Howes?
Yeah.
That was the 18 second.
That was the 18-second one, dude. It was crazy. That was literally the whole fight was a highlight. He just walked him up to him, pushed him to the cage, hit him with I think it was a left hand that stunned him, and then he covered up, and then he hit him with another 2 or 3, and he dropped to the ground face first, and he ate a couple more on the
Poor
ground.
guy. Can you imagine training for 6 weeks
and
then
going out in 18 seconds?
Fucking, you go home with what's their show money now? $6,000,
Something like that.
$8,000,
Something like that.
That sucks.
And they were and apparently it was really bad because he had to get carried out of the cage, so he got knocked out pretty hard in 18 seconds. We're just
I mean, if I was getting rocked in 8 seconds, I would stay down. I would pretend
it really,
that he
really
killed
hurt.
me.
You gotta pull.
This guy's got power.
Yeah, you gotta pull a Sean O'Malley where you're holding your ankle. You're like, it's totally broken. Everything is shattered. And they do an X-ray, and they're like, yeah, you're fine. You can probably walk tomorrow. And it's like, no, it's. Everything is torn. Just leave me in the cage. Put me in the stretcher.
Scooter.
Yeah, put me in the stretcher. Carry me out. I'm gonna meditate so I don't feel any pain. You gotta sell that shit.
Who's the worst salesman in UFC history?
I guess it would be Sean O'Malley. He's out there fucking trying to sell that shit that he tore it.
There isn't really any other stories that we can think of.
No. He ate a bad shot to the knee. His fucking foot went out.
Did Anderson Silva oversell his leg break?
Listen, when he went against Jared Cannonier, he kind of held his leg where he was like, oh, he kicked me in the knee. Oh, no.
That's a perfect transition
My
into
leg.
the co-main, Robert Whittaker and Jared Cannonier.
Yep.
What did you think? Because that was a long fight.
Man, I thought Jared. All right, one, I don't trust Jared Cannonier anymore because he was out there in the middle of the octagon with a bunch of crystals, and he was like, "I'm manifesting my win." I'm like, "How about you fucking run some laps? How about that? Manifest it that way. How about you do some more push-ups? Maybe hit some pads. Don't be out there with fucking crystals. They're not gonna do shit for you. Manifest your win. You're gonna get your ass beat."
But if he won,
I'd be like, I'm all for the crystals. There had been a moment when Robert Whittaker's on top of him. He's like, damn, them crystals didn't do shit.
I mean, but still, he's fucking 15 minutes into the fight. Like, dude, I put everything on this guy, and maybe those crystals did work. Like,
Oh my God.
I'm beating the brakes off this dude, and
Yeah.
nothing's happening.
I mean, I guess up to that point, I'm assuming the crystal had worked before, where he was like, "I always use this. This is my ritual." But like, you're going into the face of the Reaper.
So
Toss
you're
the
not a
crystals
crystals
out.
fan, is what you're saying?
No, I hate. Oh, listen, I get how they could work. The universe is weird. It's made up of magic. There could be rocks and crystals that if you put the right kind of energy into and you put that into the universe, it's all about having a positive mindset. I get that. But if you're just, I don't think he's just doing that. He's working hard. But it just made me laugh where I'm like, this could be time spent hitting pads. I understand that he's doing it to get into a right mindset, to be like, I'm a positive person. I'm going to put this positivity out there. I don't even think about losing. Because someone had asked him, like, well, what do you if you lose? And he was like, I don't let my mind have those kinds of negative thoughts. Like, what happens if I'm losing? But I think that's bad. You should have those negative thoughts. You should be like, well, what if he kicks my leg a lot? Well, I should probably defend that. I don't even think he thought about that.
I don't think about that, bro.
I don't think he thought about that. He was like, I'm just going to go in there. I'm going to do my game plan. Then Robert Whitaker was like, eat these leg kicks. And he was like, ah, shit. And then he hit him with a sick combo. He throws a right and a left and then a right kick. And so when they're slipping the left punch and they're ducking down to their right, he just hits him with that right kick. And he landed that on Jared probably about 3 times. And the third time he hit him, really almost finished him. Could have finished him right there, but he
But the
recovered.
crystals kept him up, bro. I
Dude,
think you're just a
guess,
hater.
man. I might just be a hater. Listen, if you can prove to me that crystals work and you can manifest your reality into those things, fucking show it to me. But until then, I'm just going to eat
I mean, he went
fast food and die.
15 minutes with Robert Whitaker with rocks. Like, is that not evidence
and Israel
enough for you?
Adesanya went in there and knocked him out in the second round with just his balls. So, I don't know. Get better rocks.
Those are boulders, bro. Those aren't just rocks.
Yeah, well.
So you felt he underperformed Cannonier?
Yes, 100%. Like, I thought that he was going to go in there because he'd been storming through the ranks, and I just thought he'd be out there showing his power. But Rob was moving good. He wasn't as flat-footed as he was against Izzy, where he was just kind of throwing everything into one kick or one punch, and Izzy was able to piece him up on the counter. He was really moving around a lot. He's bouncing around a lot. So maybe it threw Jared off where he thought he was going to be more flat-footed, and Jared just looked dazed. Like, he was going in there, hands raised high, but wasn't throwing a lot. I think by the end of the first round, it was like 27 strikes to 7, so he wasn't throwing a lot, which confused me because I thought he would just go out there and throw bombs, and he didn't.
He probably had the wrong crystals.
Yeah, the wrong. You gotta rock amethyst, dude.
What's the weirdest, like, woo-woo bullshit you've heard in mixed martial arts?
I mean, I think, what was his name? Benson Henderson used to go in there with a fucking toothpick in his mouth, and he said that helped him fight better. And I felt like that's a safety hazard.
Oh, that's right. He was, like, straight fighting.
With a
I
toothpick
remember
in
that,
his mouth. Yeah.
He said he trains with it, though.
Yeah,
you know,
but you get punched in the face, and that toothpick goes straight through your fucking...
Yeah, but it hadn't happened yet, and he probably wasn't even thinking about it, you know?
Yeah, well, that's a choking hazard. That's what that is.
Yeah, but his own choking hazard. I mean, if that's up... Because you can
no
grab
way you
your
get
own
past
glove.
Yeah, but there's no way that got passed through the commission. Well, I mean, it did for a couple of fights, but, like, you're telling me no one's going... He's got it probably tucked behind his mouth guard.
He's the reason why they have to go, ah.
Yeah, to make sure there's no fucking toothpick in there. And this guy. That was the weirdest shit I'd heard, that he was fighting with a toothpick.
The weirdest shit I heard was the what was his name? The movement guy that Connor used. He was like about functional fitness, and they were like playing touch butt and shit. I think that's what Diaz called it.
No, the weirdest dude is Diego Sanchez's trainer.
Oh, fuck that
dude
guy.
Is the weirdest guy in all of MMA.
Fuck that guy. I feel like he keeps talking Diego into fights.
Yeah, and he keeps talking him into weird fighting styles. And it's just so, I don't know. The weirdest one that's worked, though, is Tony Ferguson. He goes in there and he throws sand at people. Like, he'll reach down and throw sand, and you're like, you're in an octagon, right? That's canvas. But, I mean, it works for him. He's out there doing fucking Wong Chun.
If Sean O'Malley's in there, he just goes, oh, he got me.
He got I didn't know sand was legal.
He had it in his shorts.
Rolling on the ground. Give me a joint quick.
That's some blood sport shit. Where you're like, oh, you just have sand now? You're just going to crush it? Okay.
You have sand condensed in a pill that you can blow right into your face.
Fucking magic pixie dust and shit.
Who
does Robert Whitaker fight next?
I think he rematches Izzy. I mean, he had the
Run it
belt.
back?
Yeah, he had the belt. Why not? He won. He just beat Darren Till and Jared Cannonier, both the two top prospects in 185. Why not just give him the rematch? He beat Yoel Romero twice. I don't know why there wasn't an immediate rematch. I understand they want to have fun with the division for a bit and see what Izzy's really made of. But, yeah, let him fight it back. Because the whole thing was that if Jared Cannonier had won, he was going to fight Izzy. So Robert won.
Who's Izzy fighting next, though?
He was going to fight Jared Cannonier if he won. He was, like, not going to fight anyone. This was to see who was going to fight Izzy.
I see.
So if it's Rob, then it's Rob. I don't see anyone else at 185 that can do it.
Izzy versus Izzy. I mean,
or Izzy's like, I'm gonna fight John Jones because fuck it at 205.
I'm bored. John Jones, he tweeted something or saying that he basically gave Khabib the number one
spot. He said that I would gladly relinquish the number 1 pound for pound until I win a heavyweight belt. Then I want it back. But he said, with what you've done and everything that you've succeeded in, you can take the number 1.
He can have it back, but he's always gonna have that asterisk.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Well, and if he loses the heavyweight title or goes for a heavyweight shot and gets his ass whooped by Stipe, then you definitely don't get that number 1 spot back.
How likely do you think that is to happen?
Very likely. I think Stipe is a lot better than people give him credit for. I think he's one of the most slept-on fighters.
Do you think Stipe is
in the
still
whole
on a
UFC.
come-up while arguably John Jones is kind of coasted?
No, they're both on the more the back end of their careers for sure. Stipe's getting old. He's like 36, 38, 36 or 38. Yeah, he's getting old. And he's a firefighter. That can't be good for your fucking cardio. Breathing that shit in all the time.
Breathing smoking all the time?
Yeah,
it's great for me.
Oh. Different kind of smoke.
Yeah,
different kind of smoke. But Stipe had a kid, and that changes everybody. They're like, I gotta fight for my daughter now, and so that changed everybody. And John Jones is probably like, I gotta fight for more coke on my dick to get sniffed off by a stripper.
It's weird how family affects fights, because I feel like going into the main event, that was kind of a wild card.
Yeah, everybody's like, how is Khabib gonna fight without his father?
It kind of made everything a little odd.
Before even the fight was the weigh-in. The weigh-in had everyone really concerned. Because I don't know if you watched the weigh-in with Khabib.
did not.
He looked awful. He needed help getting onto the scale, and he had to use the towel. So he had to weigh in naked, and he used 2 dudes to balance, and then he kind of held his hands up like this. And usually when you're on a scale, you've been on like one of those old-fashioned scales. When you're on it, if you're overweight, the scale goes up, but if you're underweight, the scale kind of dips down below the bar where it would be. And instead of them having it already set to 155 and then letting him stay on the scale and then adjusting from there, they had it at 0. He stepped on the scale. They moved it to 155, and then the guy was like, yeah, he's on it. But the scale was kind of up. Like, he wasn't 155. Like, he might have been 156. But they were like, he's got it. And Khabib was like, oh, my God. Like, fucking thank God. But he looked awful. Like, if he had missed it by a pound,
I think Khabib just needs to cut those big balls off and he can make weight, bro.
I guess, man. But he looked, I was like nervous. I was like, oh, shit. But he weighed in first, which was crazy. I think he for sure was like, I got to weigh in right now. Because if I miss it, I'm going to need the hour and a half that I need to get back down to 155. So
that makes sense.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Because everybody was talking about it. Chael Sonnen was like, that's not how gravity works.
How tall is
5'9", 5'10"?
5'9",
I think he's
He's
5'10".
not that tall. He's just fucking stocky motherfucker.
Dude.
Jesus
when
Christ.
you've been grappling for that long, your bone density gets more dense.
It is weird that like that struggle, that exertion, that 100%, that anaerobic exercise really does change your body.
They tested it at the Performance Institute. They said out of all the fighters that they measured with their bone density and strength, wrestlers had higher bone density and were about 12 to 15% stronger than other people in their weight class.
Makes sense.
I mean, when you're a lifelong grappler, you're having to grip things like that and move your body in such weird ways for years and years on end. You're just built different. I've rolled with a wrestler. They feel scary.
Yeah, it's like rolling with a wall.
They could put their dick in you and you'd be like, all right, I guess this is happening.
I rolled with the wrestler very early on, and I think I adopted his smothering style just because I didn't have anything else. It's like, I'll push you down though. I'll
yeah. My smothering style now I lift up my stomach and I just plop it on your face. And let's fucking breathe through that, bitch.
Khabib is 5'10".
5'10". Yeah.
That's crazy. 5'10", and so
and there are dudes who are like 6'2" that weigh 155.
Yeah,
but they're not as thick as he is.
That means fully hydrated. What's he?
Probably like 175.
Yeah, I would say that. Especially if he was dying on the scale.
He looked like he was dying.
Give that homie an IV.
Like,
bro.
like when they're so dehydrated that their eyes start drifting apart. Yeah, he had that look.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I guess it's cool that they got rid of the IVs. I get why.
Mm-hmm. But dude, help
But
him
if
out.
you're gonna allow weight cutting like that, I feel like that's a danger to not.
That's why ONE FC is like, we're not doing this whole weight cutting thing. Like, whatever your natural weight limit is, that's what you're fighting at now. None more of this weight cutting bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you're gonna weigh that much when you weigh in, anyways. When you fight, anyways. So what's the point of weighing in? Who is that for?
but I think it's more of a professionalism.
I guess
You know, because you sign it. Because then when you miss weight, it is a big deal.
it is a big
because-
deal when you miss weight.
especially with the other fighter. Like if Khabib made weight and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
Gaethje didn't, that's a problem.
Yep.
So it's hard to talk about this fight and just not talk about Gaethje because, like on paper, from at least what I saw, it looked like Gaethje had what it took to take the king down.
Listen, that first round, I got nervous. He hit Khabib with some really solid leg kicks, and I was like, "Oh shit, this might be it." Because he hit Khabib with some good shots. Khabib ate him though. He ate the punches, but the kicks were bad.
So I mean, like Khabib is one of those dudes. Like you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's gonna
you
take
know
you down.
he's gonna take you down. He's gonna smash you.
Yeah.
Like how do you fight that? What's the strategy?
By doing
with
everything
that?
you can to keep the fight standing, by fighting at a distance and not letting him shoot. And if he does shoot, to sprawl immediately. Sprawl out, get your hips low, and keep him off you for as long as you can.
Make him pay.
Make him pay. Like throw knees. Make him get worried to shoot that takedown. Like if he has to worry that if he's going to shoot, he might eat a knee. He might eat an uppercut. He might eat something that he doesn't want to take. Make him take risky shots where he has to do them from off angles where he might have to reach for a leg and it's not going to be there. And so when he's getting up, you're hitting him with shots. So you have to do all of that while keeping your distance from him. And Gaethje was doing a great job of that. He was fighting really long. He wasn't letting Khabib get close. And when Khabib would take a step forward, he hit him with a leg kick. Beautiful leg kicks. One of Gaethje's best weapons in his arsenal are his leg kicks. We've seen it before with Dustin, and we saw it with Eddie Alvarez. His leg kicks are brutal. They will fuck you up. So Khabib ate about 2 or 3 of those, and he started limping immediately. And I was like, oh, that's not good. And then Khabib got him to the ground, got a takedown, held him there for the rest of the round, and was putting him in an armbar. Yeah, I almost had him in an armbar. Then the round ended, and I was like, oh, shit. They go to the corners, and Trevor Whitman pointed it out. He goes, he can't even walk on that leg now. He goes, keep going for that fucking leg. So round 2 starts, immediately starts going back for that leg, and it looks bad. Khabib's leg is all bruised up. But he's eating all of Gaethje's punches, and he's walking through them, and he's landing his own solid shots. And he keeps trying to shoot, and he finally shoots, and Gaethje, he shoots from an off angle, and he gets a double leg, and Gaethje tries to roll out, and when he's rolling out, Khabib gets his back. And then once he got his back, he rolled over to him on top of him and put him in like a top-sided triangle.
Yeah, I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah. And
Really
then-
cool.
Yeah, really cool. And then the BJJ transitions that he had were flawless. And I mean, that was something that people were curious about with Gaethje. Was like, well, once he gets to the ground, what's he going to do? Is he going to be able to get back up? But the flaw in him getting up was he didn't have any BJJ defense. He didn't block any of those transitions. He didn't do anything to get out of those. So Khabib, who apparently is a BJJ master that we didn't know about, put him in the slick triangle. And I don't know what Jason Herzog was looking at, but Gaethje clearly tapped like 4 times. And Herzog was like, let me lift up your arm. Oh, you're dead. Okay, let me get up. Let him go.
Let me check one more time.
It was crazy. I was like, dude. And then immediately Khabib starts crying. I got a little emotional. I was like, that's fucking, his dad's dead.
You guys
This
are
shit's
so
sad.
gay.
Dude, I whipped my dick out just for a little bit. I just just to cry with him.
And that I'm not
I wasn't expecting
privy.
him.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was really
Expecting him to
clued
retire.
in to
When
that.
he started, I saw him taking the tape off, and I was like, oh, he's going to retire. Because that's the classic thing you do. You throw
Leave your gloves.
leave the gloves in the ring. You go, I'm done. And I was like, oh, shit, he's going to retire. I really thought he was going to go 30-0 because him and his dad had talked about going 30-0 and cutting it at 30-0. But when he was like, I talked to my mom, and she didn't want me fighting if my dad wasn't on this earth anymore. And I told her I wouldn't fight anymore, and I have to keep that promise.
So we waited to bury him until after this fight.
All I hear from that is somebody go fucking kill Khabib's mom, like right now. Like take her ass out because she's holding him back.
That's how you create Jason Bourne.
yeah.
That's what you do.
Habib's like revenge, like GSP. Go out right now, shoot Habib's mom.
Yeah.
Like I need that fight to happen.
I mean, what does Khabib have to do now
There's
to get into the Hall of Fame?
He's GOAT. He's GOAT. You're 29-0.
He's GOAT, but he's not in the Hall of Fame.
He will be.
You
I
think?
I think if in like 5 years, yeah. When we think about the best fighter from the 2010 to the 2020 era, you're gonna think of Khabib, because from 2012 to 2020, He murked everybody. He didn't lose a single round. And fuck anybody who said Conor won that third round. Fuck you. Like, Khabib hasn't lost a single fucking round. Nobody.
And I completely agree. And then, like, the fact that he can have his career, retire, and still zero talk about Hall of Fame status. Like, I don't think anyone disagrees with his skill, but the last person
there's
to
no
be
one
inducted,
saying Hall of Fame right now.
But he should.
No, because they don't do Hall of Fames like that. They do them periodically, and you have to wait a bit, and there's a certain class you have to wait for. Like, we were going to put him at the GOAT. He's going to be on the Mount Rushmore of MMA, and then in 10 years, when we look back, you put him in the Hall of Fame. But like, I mean, you can put him in like 3 years. If he stays retired for like 5 to 10 years, then you put him in the Hall of Fame. That's my view on it. Because, yeah, we already know he's the greatest of all time. He has nothing left to prove. I mean, we will always wonder what the Tony Ferguson fight would have been like.
That's got to happen in Street Beefs. That's got to be on YouTube.
Dude,
that would make so much money,
if
bro.
anybody is good off their back the way that Tony, it's just Tony. That 10th Planet style, he's so good off his back. He's vicious and powerful and dangerous off his back. Elbows and triangles and arm bars and gogoplatas, all that shit off his back. You're not safe if you're on top of him. We'll never know what that's like now. We'll never know what that fight would have been like. And the only other fight for him is either Tony Ferguson or GSP. But I don't want to see the GSP thing because GSP's been retired for so many years and he's come in and out of retirement. We know he's great, but Khabib's been training nonstop for fucking 20 years. Like, hasn't taken a day off. Trained harder when his dad died. So, for me, there's nothing else for him to prove. We'll always wonder. There'll always be a question mark on the Tony fight, what that would have been like. But he's beaten everybody. He's beaten Rafael dos Anjos. He's beaten Dustin Poirier. He's beaten Conor McGregor.
Yeah, let's
he's beaten
go through
Justin
his
Gaethje.
list here. I mean, he did retire. This is arguably going to just be a Khabib show for the rest of the episode.
Like 13-0 in the UFC. Just smashed everybody.
Where's his goddamn record? Let's start at the beginning. Fucking... Well, right at the gate, he wins against some dude by a triangle.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Then he fights Abel Trujillo, who's a wrestler, and he threw him around for about 4 rounds and got the most takedowns in a UFC fight.
Let's see. A bunch of Russian dudes that just unfortunately got their faces turned into gravel.
Yeah.
Fucking Gleison Tebow on here.
Gleison
Then we get
Tebow.
into the UFC with that. Okay, so he was on UFC on Fox in 2012.
Yep.
So, I mean, he's had a pretty decent UFC run.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Gleison Tebow, Thiago Tavares, Abel Trujillo, Pat Healy, Rafael dos Anjos, Michael Johnson, Edson Barboza, Al Iaquinta, Conor McGregor, Poirier, Gaethje. Like, wow, what a fucking...
Just stacked.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah. Smashed all of them. There's not a round in there where you would say, well, maybe he won that round. I get... When people say that about the Conor fight, round 3, like, whatever, fuck you. Like, I still think Khabib won that whole fight, front to back. But
people, I saw not a lot, but a few people saying that he's a boring fighter, and I could not disagree.
He is not. I think there are boring wrestlers, but you don't see someone who gets the finishes the way Khabib does. Because you can be a boring wrestler the way that Kamaru Usman's kind of boring when you watch him, where it's just 5 rounds of him holding you up against the cage. And he's not doing much. But Khabib's whole intention is to take you down to the ground and beat the living daylights out of you and then breaks some part of you. So any of his fights, like, he's beating the shit out of you. Like Edson Barboza, there's nonstop punches being thrown to that dude's face. The Dustin Poirier fight, like, he's on the ground beating him up, choking him out. Like, he's getting finishes. There are boring wrestlers, but boring wrestlers don't get finishes, especially in the first or second rounds.
Agreed. Yeah.
When people are like, he's boring, it's like, fuck you, just because he's not getting flash knockouts. And he has a couple flash knockouts. He knocked a dude out. He's knocked a couple dudes out. But there's not, like, if you want a flash knockout, then yeah, look at Conor McGregor. But how well has that worked for him? He has been choked out. He has been tapped out. He's lost decisions. Or no, he didn't lose a decision. He had a choke out and a tap out. From
he's undefeated against tour buses.
Yeah. He got it was rear naked loss to Nate Diaz, and then it wasn't really a rear naked, but I think they listed it as a rear naked.
I kind of miss those days of the UFC where it was crazy.
Yeah,
where it's like WWE.
Remember
like,
when
he
the
threw
world was
what?
a better place when Conor McGregor was throwing dollies in the buses and getting glass to people's eyes? Ah, the good old days before a pandemic. Great times.
That was
Stadium
really
full of people.
sports entertainment there.
That was very TMZ. Very, very
was
TMZ.
great. It was
Yeah.
great. It was a great fight. Fucking.
And that's what they were saying.
talk
They were like,
now.
they were like, of all the things, and then you use it in the promo to lead up to the fight. Like, of course you're inciting violence. Of course Khabib hopped the fence and fucking tried to kill Dylan Dennis. Of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I rewatched this.
Yeah,
Fucking
it's great.
That
Joe
is-
Rogan going, no, 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 no.
That is chaos. That. Oh my god.
It's wild, dude. Everybody was getting punched. Dudes from the crowd were just coming in and throwing haymakers at people. Like,
yeah.
who the
Why
fuck
the
is
fuck
that guy?
not, dude? They probably had all of Russia, all 3,000 of them.
Dude, Russian fans started fighting with Conor McGregor fans outside of the stadium.
Hey, yeah, that's what I said. Like, if you're gonna be a Cowboys fan, that's how you have to
You
react.
gotta roll that way, dude.
Yeah.
You better bring a gun. You better stay strapped.
You better show up.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I've never thrown hands for Optic Gaming, but I would.
I feel like Khabib needs to have some sort of like gold belt in martial arts in general, just for the smash,
Just the
the
eagle.
overall victor. Give him a fucking something better than a belt. What's better than a belt,
Dude,
though?
he gets a
Yeah.
golden eagle because he's the eagle. That's his nickname.
He should get gold inlay ink eagled onto him.
Oh.
Just
Yeah. I don't think Muslims don't tattoo themselves, so he doesn't have any ink. So you just have to
What would-
embroider him.
what would you want? If you were, you're a prize fighter. Obviously, you're gonna get a belt. That's a given. What do you want?
I want Philippine. What is it? The fucking John Jones when he has the belt. It's the Bible verse. And it's like, but then also I'm gonna put I do lots of coke under my Bible verse.
Just three lines and a straw.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a glyph.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how to pronounce that Bible verse. Philippines. Yeah.
I think so. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
And then he's got whatever the
what is
verse
it?
is.
Let's go see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
and-
John Jones, Philippians.
Yeah. And then under it, just 3 lines of coke with a straw or a rolled up dollar bill, rolled up $100 bill.
2 rolled up $100 bills.
And the stripper's ass shaking in the corner.
Let's see.
Oh, I got it. All right, so it's 3 lines of coke, and then my armpit is the stripper's vagina, and then the backside is her butt cheek. And so when I flap it, her butt cheeks be flapping.
You should do it so that like when you sink in a rear naked choke,
Yeah.
like that's all they can
That's
see.
all they
like
see
in the
is
crook of your corner.
It's her
or something.
vagina. Is the vagina wrapping around?
All right, so John Jones has a tattoo of Philippians 4 verse 13, and that verse says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me."
And coke.
Cocaine.
Cocaine definitely
There should-
strengthens
Just
me.
put an asterisk at the end of that Philippians
and
quote.
dick pills and cocaine.
Fucking wild, man. Jesus Christ. Oh, he's got Chinese tattoo too? I've never really stared at John Jones's body.
It's hard to see tattoos on black people. I'll put it out there. Sometimes it just doesn't. I can't see it. Your skin's dark. Don't hate me. Hate the fact that tattoo ink is
Hate
black.
melanin.
Yeah.
That's crazy ass. Fuck. I mean,
Yeah.
that with Khabib retiring, that kind of opens up the division.
Oh, opens up the division
It's-
wide. Like someone asked Dana, they're like, well, "What do you do now?" And he goes, "Don't ask me about the future. I don't fucking know." Because they're like, "You got that Dustin Poirier Conor McGregor fight. Is that going to be for a belt?" And he's like, "I don't know. It just things are happening today. like Khabib didn't give me a week's notice." Although I think you could argue that could be for a belt. Dustin Poirier versus Conor McGregor for a belt. Although I don't think Conor McGregor is deserving
Yeah,
of
I don't
that.
think he should get a shot.
I
a title shot.
think if Dustin Poirier wins that fight, I think you let Tony Ferguson fight Dustin Poirier for a belt. Or if Conor McGregor wins that fight, Conor McGregor fights Tony Ferguson for a belt.
Yeah, I definitely don't think McGregor deserves a title shot
No,
right now.
and
He
I
definitely
think-
needs a fight. You
I
need
think
a W.
Tony Ferguson for sure deserves a title shot no matter what. That dude was interim champion like twice. Like he never got
that's
a chance.
2 half championships.
Yeah.
That makes 1.
Yeah, he never got a chance to ever fight the real champ, but he was always there. And Justin Gaethje just came in and blew it up. But like Gaethje just lost, we saw that. So Tony Ferguson just lost. I think if you give him the winner of Dustin and Conor, because I don't think Tony has fought either of them, so that's a good matchup. You have that for a belt, and I would be greatly satisfied with the outcome of whoever wins that. If Conor McGregor beats Tony Ferguson for a belt, I will say, well, that he's well-deserved. Tony Ferguson is very good, and he beat Dustin Poirier to get there. So I would gladly say that he deserves the title at that point. If Dustin Poirier beats Conor McGregor and Tony Ferguson, well-deserved. You get the belt. But if Tony Ferguson beats whoever it is that's up against him, I will say well-deserved. You deserved it 3.5 years ago. So that's how, if I'm the matchmaker, that's how I would do it.
I feel like maybe it's just the pandemic world we're in. I feel like the UFC, because of its frequency of fights and kind of being the only game in town, they're kind of losing their star power, you know, especially like Khabib's gone now.
Yeah,
It's
and,
like,
and Dana brought it up. He was like, listen, he goes, you guys don't give Khabib the recognition he deserves. He is a star in his own right. He, like, every video he's in gets millions of hits.
I
gets
saw
millions of
a
interactions.
statistic that said he's the number one most followed person in Russia.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Considering that Vladimir Putin exists.
Yeah, and Anna Kournikova. Let's be real. She's old, but she's still hot.
I could listen to her mom playing tennis all day. So
She doesn't know how to play tennis. Let's be real.
It's fine. But like, he's great. Losing him opens up the division. Everybody wants Conor to come back. Conor will have much more on his plate and less off his mind without having to think about Khabib ruining his day.
Definitely.
So, because I think Conor could probably beat anyone else in the 155 division, but he would never beat Khabib. Nobody would ever beat Khabib. And so the whole thing is wide open. And nobody ever talks about Charles Oliveira, who is a dark horse at 155. It could fuck all these dudes up. He, like, the way he beat Kevin Lee and the way he's beaten everybody. If you've never seen Charles Oliveira's record, he has the most submissions in the UFC. He's on like a 10-fight win streak. Like, he is coming through the ranks, just slicing everybody's head off, and nobody talks about it. And that dude could be champ one day, and nobody wants to give him credit because he's Brazilian and doesn't speak English.
He speaks Portuguese.
There's no star power with a guy that just decimates everybody he fights, but doesn't talk shit because he doesn't speak English.
You know, going through Oliveira's record, his losses would make for a great, like, narrative in general. He's got losses to Paul Felder, Ricardo Lamas, Anthony Pettis, Max Holloway, Frankie Edgar, Cub Swanson, Donald Cerrone. Like, that's your star power right there. Like, that's perfect. He's lined up for so many different trilogies and rubber matches. He's good, and he's gotten better. Like, his last 4 fights have been incredible. Learn English, bro. Learn how to talk shit.
Listen, get on Twitter. We'll make you a Twitter, and we'll just have you send hate tweets to Conor McGregor every single day.
Yeah, I'll do it for you, bro. We'll just make a fake Twitter. You let me know when you want to get involved.
Yeah, we'll get real personal, too. We'll talk about how Conor McGregor had 2 babies, but his wife only had 1.
Damn, he's got 16 fight night bonuses. 10 performance of the night bonuses, which is the most in UFC history. That's fucking
and nobody
crazy.
fucking talks about this guy, but I will. I'll talk about you, buddy.
Talk that shit up. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Fucking A. I mean, learn English, though, really.
Yeah.
For real.
The sad thing about Brazilians is that, like, they don't speak English. Like, Amanda Nunes kind of does, so that's why she's gotten popular. Jose Aldo didn't really, but he was just smashing everybody. Like, I get it. It's hard for Brazilians to be superstars because they don't speak English and it doesn't transition well. But, like, look how long it took Khabib. You know, you just had to speak broken English and beat the fucking loudest mouth dude in the whole division.
Yeah, just don't go Mackenzie Dern and already know English and then pretend you don't.
Yeah,
like,
and then start, like, putting on a Portuguese accent. You fucking weirdo.
It is weird.
So weird.
And she's such a nice girl that I hate hating on it, but it's like, she seems like a sweetheart, and I understand she's just immersed in it, but bitch, understand what you're doing.
You're born in Arizona.
You're fucking code switching. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, code switching. Yeah.
Like, and it's a little
thick.
Weird.
She's got this thick Portuguese accent now, and it's like, I get that you married a Portuguese dude, and, like, you spent a lot of time down there, and your dad was Portuguese, but, like, you were born and raised in Arizona. Like, I don't, like, I've heard your
name
accent.
is Mackenzie.
I heard your accent 5 years ago, and it was Valley Girl. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't remember what I listened to her on. She was like, she stopped because she didn't know the word in English. And I was like, bitch, you know this word.
You know,
stop it.
You went to school here.
You're doing jujitsu. You're not getting hit in the head. You didn't get dumber yet.
No.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Learn English. That should be on the
But every
PR
Brazilian's
teams.
card should just be learn English so you can be a better star.
Well, we sound like assholes. Maybe we should just learn.
I don't even know
Portuguese.
English, dude. Fuck it.
But I mean, the UFC is an American company. You know your demographic.
Yeah.
If you wanna,
There, and there. I don't know the difference. Fuck you. What?
in Japanese, it's kore, sore, are, dore. So it's here, there, that over there, and I don't know where.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to learn this shit. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't ask for that. I didn't push 5 for Japanese.
Para español, número 2. Do you know any other languages?
No, I know a couple of bad words in Japanese. That's about it.
You watch too many cartoons.
No, I watch too much porn. I just do that. I know what iku means, and that's it.
You know how to say "fuck me more."
Yeah, I know that iku means I'm coming. That's it.
And no sir, yes sir.
Yeah. I know that, well, what's weird is that like dame means stop, but it also means don't stop, which I feel is like the sexy version of the Hawaiian aloha, but it could really fuck up your anal session.
I wanted to bring this up. That's why I brought up their lack of star power. They announced the card for UFC 255, and I know nobody on it.
Who's headlining it?
Let me scroll down here. So, So Valentina Shevchenko.
Oh yeah,
and
Jennifer Maia.
Jennifer Maia.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, and then after that, nobody. I don't. Orion Kosce, Nicholas Dalby.
I think Brandon Royval is fighting Brandon Moreno, and that's a fucking phenomenal fight.
He's
I
not
think
even on this
Oh, he's not on that card. Fuck.
Well, it's not on this list, so obviously it's an early announcement that they're letting you know, because it's November 21st, so it's a little bit of time.
Well, Lauren,
and let's assume half of those fighters are going to drop out.
Yeah. Lauren Murphy was like, "I'm the number one contender. I should fight Valentina Shevchenko." I'm like, "You're gonna get your ass kicked. You're gonna fucking die."
She's good.
Like, she is good, but Valentina is so far and above everyone else in her division. It's sad. It's sad.
But maybe like she levels up, you know?
No.
Like maybe she levels up and
no,
Valentina.
The person to fight Valentina next should be Jessica Andrade, because Jessica Andrade knocked out Caitlin Chukagian, who just fought Valentina 5 rounds, and Jessica Andrade knocked her out in the first round. Jessica Andrade went up 10 pounds, fought, and she was like 6 inches shorter than this chick. Hit her with a body shot, broke her rib, and put her out in the first round. So Jessica Andrade should be coming for that belt, because bitch hits hard.
Who's she fighting next then? I mean,
I don't know.
that makes a lot of sense too. We kind of got off topic with the Khabib's division, the 155 being wide open. Like, who's the fight that you'd make? Who's the one you're like, this is... I don't see it really going any other way, because you got to build the top to build the bottom. You know, you got to figure out who's the champ, what's going on, who's your number one. Because let's be real,
no, I said it.
I
said winner of Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor fights Tony Ferguson for a belt.
But of those two, who would you prefer to see?
Dustin Poirier.
Why?
He's a much better boxer.
But Conor's going to make so much money. It's going to be such a spectacle.
But as we've seen with Tony Ferguson, he struggles against good boxing, because he struggled against Justin Gaethje's boxing. So I would like to see Tony make the adjustment, and if he can.
Who's the last guy Tony fought?
Justin Gaethje.
Was that really their last fight?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And he got the shit beat out of him for
I
4
remember
rounds.
that. Fuck.
Yeah.
155's always been such a
Stacked division.
stacked and talented. Like, cause
155, 170 has always been like, damn, there's a lot of talent in both those divisions.
there's something about being just shy of 6 feet tall, but the same amount of muscle.
Those dudes bang, man.
Yeah, because I mean, fucking BJ Penn lived in that area.
Yeah.
155 to
170.
205.
Just fucking put on the weight, dude.
That's
I'll still
crazy,
fight, man.
Like, that is insane to think
I think
about
he went,
young BJ
didn't he go
Penn.
all the way up to heavyweight?
Yes. He was just like, nah, fuck it, I'll show up. Let's go.
Dude, he's just eating. I don't know what's popular in Hawaii to eat, but he was just eating that all day long.
He did
fat.
whatever you wanted, bro. Rice,
Yeah.
fish.
Dude.
Yeah,
Just
he's
getting thick.
What's he, 5'9"?
Yeah, he's
like
tiny.
5'9" at a heavyweight or something?
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
Dude, oh my God, just wide.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, look, I got these hands, bro. Let's go.
It's like, but BJ, you're so much slower now with all that weight. Nah, it doesn't matter.
I want that kind of confidence.
I'll take him to the ground, choke him out.
I want BJ Penn
You see how thick
confidence.
these legs are? I'm gonna crush him.
Yeah. I got hip problems because I'm so flexible. Like, that's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
He's probably minus the domestic violence.
I think BJ is still under contract with the UFC, which is fucking crazy.
Is he?
Unless Dana didn't like the fact that he got into a street fight and he was like, "I'm cutting your contract. You have CTE. Go."
I
on."
read somewhere that someone had just got cut or released from a division or something for being inactive. I don't remember who it was, but I remember seeing and being like, that's a good move, because I think, especially in 2019, there was a lot of stagnant rankings because, you know,
Fighters weren't doing shit.
yeah, they're not fighting, or they don't want that fight, or they're waiting, or they just fought. Like,
That's what was so crazy when they dropped Yair, because Yair had just fought, and they were like, well, he doesn't want to fight. It's like, he just went through a fucking war.
Yeah.
And he was like, give him some time. They're like, well, he didn't want that fight in 2 weeks. And he was like, well, I'm hurt. And they were like, well, you're fucking cut. And then he came back. They're like, we're sorry. You should have that fight with Korean Zombie now.
Yeah, I want them to make guidelines. You know,
Yeah.
if you're inactive for this amount of time, you know, and you're champion, you relinquish your belt. You know, or you can come back in this amount of time. But like because they're all so willy nilly with it, it's like nothing makes sense, bro.
Khabib had the belt and then had to fight 2 interim titles twice because he kept having to take time off. Like he fought Connor and then he got in trouble, so then he had to fight Dustin, and then he got sick, so then and COVID happened, so then he had to fight Justin. So every time Khabib gets a belt, there's like an interim title in between all of his reigns because Khabib there's always something happening.
Yeah, and then he fucking leaves with a big fucking goose egg of no losses.
Yeah.
What a fucking
A G.
thing to do.
What a G.
In MMA?
Yeah.
Like in boxing, I get it.
You're like,
you
you
fucking,
can fight defensively. You don't have to do.
You pad your record. You duck a lot of people. I get that. That's part of the business. But in MMA, where anyone's got a puncher's chance, and Khabib went, no, you don't.
No, you don't. Not when you're on the ground, you don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah, everybody was like, well, Justin Gaethje's never been taken down. Well, Khabib did it like 3 times in 2 rounds.
Khabib needs to come out with a vodka.
Oh, shit.
Like, fuck fighting, bro.
Well,
Make
no.
some alcohol.
Dude, he gives up all of his money. He's like, I don't want it. What do I need it for? I don't need money.
I guess I'm saying more of just for, like, obviously he's great and fans will always remember him, but in just terms of fan recognition, if he had a vodka to keep his name in the mix.
Nah, he's got an instructional DVD on how to take people down. That's all you need in your life. You don't need vodka. You need takedown. You need to learn how to do a double leg.
Takedown vodka. What would you call it? What do you call Khabib's?
Takedown vodka.
Or Eagle Serum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Eagle.
The Eagle. He
You
needs
just
a
call it-
weed. That's what he needs.
You just call it the Eagle.
Would you rather have a weed strain, an alcohol? Like, you're an athlete. What's your first endeavor?
Oh, I'm always going alcohol.
Always?
I don't do weed anymore.
Whiskey?
I like alcohol. Yeah, I'm a whiskey guy.
Whiskey,
I'm a
not
whiskey guy.
scotch.
I'm a whiskey and I'm a Tito's vodka kind of guy.
Mm.
Yeah. I had an
The
old fashioned
Texas
yesterday.
You know what's weird is
Looks
I
strong as
don't
fuck.
taste the difference between Tito's and anything else.
You know, I think Tito's is just a little bit sweeter. It has less of a sharp edge on the end. Like some vodka, you're like, ugh. But you put Tito's and cran mango.
Smirnoff is gross
Yeah.
as fuck.
I don't know if you've ever had it, but there is an Ocean Spray cranberry mango. Cran mango. It's fucking incredible. You get that and a bottle of coconut rum. Who makes coconut rum? Malibu.
Well, I mean, everyone's got a coconut rum, but Malibu's the go-to.
You put Malibu in that shit. I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's fucking dangerous.
You know it's dangerous? Just a bottle of Hypnotic.
Yeah.
just walk
what
around like a
flavor is
rapper.
this? Oh, it's toasted marshmallow. Well, fuck it. It tastes great to me.
That I feel like I would want to be pictured with like a bottle of alcohol, but I think I would go the weed route. I think
it's because you be smoking your own shit. You'd be
maybe,
like,
but I genuinely enjoy growing things. My girlfriend gets mad. Like I'll cook like bell peppers, and I'll always be like, maybe I should grow some bell peppers. She's like, you always fucking say that, and you never do. Like, yeah, but I love growing shit.
Yeah. That's
I'm
just
good
me
at
with
it.
cooking. Like, I should learn to cook. And it was like, you say that every year, and you never do. Like, you're right. I'll say it again next year, too.
Cooking's been it's always been my creative outlet, I guess. I didn't realize till quarantine that if I don't create something, I get very
Stagnant.
depressed.
Oh, yeah.
Very, like, my brain starts to feel like mush.
Mm.
It has this weird need. It's like I need something to stimulate it or it's going to fade away.
Yeah.
So I have to
feel
like
that.
watch a documentary or anything. But cooking became like the,
that's
what do I have? How do I make this?
I've been trying to like experiment with foods. Like I went out, I had Indian food. I never had chicken tikka masala, whatever it was. Holy fuck. I was in line. There was a guy behind me and I was trying to pronounce it and he kind of giggled and I turned around and I get it. And I turned around and I was like, listen, man, I went like half my life with no spices in my food. You got to catch me a break, dude. And he just laughed.
Yeah, I've come to the point where like if you have a restaurant, I assume your food's good.
Yeah.
Like Indian food or Thai food.
Oh, fuck, I'm not gonna make it in time. I'll get it tomorrow. But there's a Thai food place or Indian food place, whatever it is, curry shop, I think is what it's called, right by where I live. And I'm gonna go there all the time now because not only is it like a place where you can get food, it's also like a store where you could buy ingredients for food. But they got a rack of cookies. Let me tell you about these cookies, dude. It's life changing. Like I went in there. They didn't have the cookie I was looking for, which is this chocolate chip coffee cookie. They didn't have any. They weren't in stock anymore, and I was very sad about that. But they did have the strawberry and the pineapple cookies, and I was down to go.
Pineapple cookies.
They got pineapple cookies.
Interesting.
It's like pineapple cream filling inside these cookies. Dude, they got the crazy shit. And they got like cake. And I was like, I love it. I just want to eat all this. Dude, they got a bag of samosas that are like, it's like snack food. It's like little tiny samosas filled with raisins and dates and sweet things inside. And
Is
I'm
it
like,
an Indian place?
It's an Indian place. And I was like, I'll eat that. I love samosas. I love them when
I've
there's
never had samosas.
I love them when there's peas and meat inside of them. I would love them even more if there were sweet things in them. Fucking delicious.
What's your favorite food? Like
Right now, dude, I'm switching over. I used to say Italian, but I get a little gassy when I have cheese now. So I'm thinking I'm chilling with Indian food, and I have Mediterranean food. I'll fucking give me all the different flavors.
Yeah, there is a Mediterranean spot nearby that I pick up from once in a while, and
there was this place, Sultan's. I swear to God, I was there 2 times a week, and they learned who I was because this was back when I was carnivore. So I was only going there and getting. I was like, can you just give me a box with your meat, with your shawarma? Just give me a box full of shawarma and with all the sauce. And so, like, I had my roommate go pick it up for me one time. She's like, can I get a box of meat? They're like, do you know the guy with the glasses and the hat? She was like, it's my roommate. And I'm like,
yeah, I know that fag.
Yeah. And then I walked in after COVID and when businesses were shut down, they were like, we missed you. A box of meat? I was like, no, give me the fries.
Don't fuck around this time. No. God damn.
Yep.
Fuck. Well, you got any Halloween plans? What are you guys doing?
I think I'm hanging with my girl. We're going to go because there's fights happening Halloween. I will not be watching them. I'm sorry. I might check in to see what happens with the Anderson Silva Uriah Hall fight. That's a great fight. But I think we're doing like a backyard trick-or-treat thing.
Yeah, I've been lately just checking in on fights on Twitter and stuff just because on one hand, I don't feel like I'm missing anything because of the abundance of fights.
So putting them out every week.
Yeah,
man.
it doesn't feel as spectacle-y as I would like. But on the other hand, it's like I don't have that star power behind it.
I've heard that argument before that there's so many fights that you lose interest and it doesn't get you as hyped as when there's a pay-per-view. You're like, well, what the fuck? I'm seeing a fight every week. Yeah. What does it matter? So I get that. But, I mean, the only fight that's good on that card that's of interest is the Anderson Silva Uriah Hall fight because Anderson Silva said that's his retirement fight.
Yeah. You got to do it Khabib style. Don't fucking tell anybody, bro.
No. You show up. You show up. You not get a knockout. You get a submission. You drop your fucking gloves in the
because I bet had Khabib announced that he was gonna retire, the odds would have changed as well, and people would have made a different amount of money. Because I know plenty of people that put their money on Gaethje because they were just convinced that, like, well, he's got takedown defense, he's got good hands, like, he's, again, on paper, he looked like he had what it takes to kill the king.
Dan Hardy was like, I'm 50-50 after the weigh-in. He was like, the way Khabib looked at the weigh-in, he goes, it's anyone's game now.
Yeah. And imagine you saw that weigh-in, and then you heard he was gonna fucking retire.
You put all your money on Gaethje.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put $1,000 on Gaethje, and then Gaethje gets
broke. Oh fuck! I'd be so pissed.
I know. I haven't been calling fights nearly as well as I had pre-COVID. Like everything's up in the air these days.
It's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's weird. I mean, because to be fair, even if you call a fight, you might have to change it next week because now that person got COVID.
Yeah.
You got to change your mind.
Oh yeah, Cynthia Calvillo's not fighting. Well, shit, Lauren Murphy's beating whoever the fuck she wants to beat. Then
is there a fight you are looking forward to?
No.
I mean,
no, not really.
I tried to look in the cards and they can't really anticipate that far out, and I don't see anything's on the horizon at least for the rest of the year.
McGregor's fighting in January, so that's the last one that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like until January, there's not a whole lot for the rest of the year. It's like take Christmas off, stop watching fights, come back for the McGregor fight.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm good, man. It was a good card. I had a good time. Everything was great.
It was cool. I enjoyed the finishes.
Yes.
Like people
Lots
just
of
going
finishes.
in.
Volkov had a sick body kick finish, like a front kick to the stomach, and Walt Harris was like, "Oh, I don't like that. I'm thick there." And bent right over, and it was game over for him. Lot of finishes. Love it. Love to see that.
Are you in for a personal challenge in November? I mean, you kind of skipped over this October run, which was honestly easy. You could have done this. You wanna start something for November? You wanna get crazy?
10 push-ups a day kind of thing.
You wanna do 10 push-ups a day?
I'll do 10 the first day, 20 the second day, 30 the third day, 40 the fourth day.
Jesus fuck, dude, chill the fuck out. That I would say, because I did that with Will and Alec, that is more tedious than running.
By day 14, you're like, fuck this.
By day 4, it was like somebody else was like calling us, and it's like to wake up and be like, fuck, I have to do push-ups, and it's 10, but it's still like, god damn it, dude.
I think I saw a thing where they were like, if you're playing Call of Duty, at the end of your match, like how many times you died, you do that number of push-ups times 10.
Guess I'm camping.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. I'm gonna do 2 push-ups at the end of this. I'm gonna hide.
Guess how many miles you got to run? If you died 5 times, well, it's 5 miles.
I wonder if I'm gonna try for 200 in November.
Oof.
It is a lot of time though, but I think I'm.
Listen, I don't have any podcasts to catch up on. I'm caught up. I can't be running for fucking.
Dude, same. Today I was looking
Like,
through.
I'm
I
all
was like,
caught
I
up.
need more things.
I'm all caught up. Check out Is We Dumb? That's my favorite podcast to listen to right now.
Kanye was on the Rogan podcast.
I need to check that out. It's a 3-hour one too.
You really don't.
Really?
You really don't.
It's not that good. Damn.
It's Kanye being Kanye.
Is he because he's bipolar and he's lost his mind?
Not. It's just not.
They want to keep me out of making photographs because I can make good photographs. Well, Lady Gaga can make photographs. I can make a photograph.
I think what makes Rogan's podcast so charming is that for the most part, Rogan and his guests haven't really lost touch of the real world because they're still in it. Campaigns, all those guys, they're still in the real world. But Kanye's been isolated for so long that he doesn't know really how to interact with people and stay on topic.
Kanye is suffering the Truman Show effect because he even said it. He was like, I am at the point where I am at my Truman Show wall, where I've hit the wall and there's nothing left for me and everything is freaky. And it's like, yeah, dude, because you're bipolar. You don't know what's real and what's not real. You don't know how your interactions affect others because in your mind, those people aren't actually affecting you.
Did you listen to the Roy Jones podcast?
Yes.
Podcast?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's a little, Kanye's more difficult to listen to than Roy Jones in terms of like.
I was confused when Roy was like, they didn't want me to fight, and then they told me they would pay me this much money, and I was like, oh, well, okay, go back, right? So were you going to fight or not?
No, I'm saying it's just like, nah.
They were like, they didn't want to pay me, and I was like, give me $50 million. They were like, well, we'll talk about it.
Give you some weed.
Yeah.
Gotta find that Tyson weed. Anyone know where we can get that?
Yeah, where's the Tyson Ranch?
Weed?
Where's the Tyson Ranch at? How do I get that
that's probably on hiatus right now. I don't know. The ranch itself. He is growing weed. I think it's called Knockout.
Knockout?
Yeah.
I know that Kevin Smith has his own weed, and that shit's like 90% THC.
I think we had this conversation, though, but it's like a moon rock.
Yeah.
And not necessarily a strain, which I'm still fine with, but... Yeah. I feel like it was marketed as a strain.
Yeah,
like,
the way he said
diesel.
it.
Like, well, we're growing this. It's like, okay.
The way he said it sounded like a strain.
Yeah.
So it's just moon rocks?
Essentially, it's a form of it is a hybrid strain because they made a sativa and an indica, but what makes it so high is the concentration of wax and keef and all the other things on it. Plus, it smells weird, apparently.
Moon rocks are freaky, man. I did a blunt filled with moon rocks.
I think
I'm still high.
I feel like somebody made Aaron Chase smoke some moon rocks in like a parking structure, and he was like traumatized for a week. He was like, "Is this moon rocks? Yeah. Is this moon rocks?"
Because it gets freaky with moon rocks. You're like, "Why am I so high?"
Dude, I just hit this once, bro.
Yeah. Yep.
There's something in it. There's something in it. You ever smoke something? You're like, "There's something in it."
It was moon rocks.
Moon rocks.
Yeah, and then watermelon something, and I was like, "Oh, no." I was like, I gotta drive home. It's 3:00 in the morning. I'm in Hollywood. Why am I in Hollywood?
Yeah, moon rocks scare me because even when the weed is purple, I get scared.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what is this?
Why is it this color? Yeah. I had some weed that was orange. I was like, why is it this color? Is this PCP? What's going on?
I had what was it? I think it was a forbidden fruit strain that smelled like juicy fruit.
Yep.
Like I wanted to eat it.
Oof.
Like, you know those L'Oreal kids shampoos?
Yeah.
It smells so good. You want to squirt it in your mouth?
Yeah, that's how you die.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
No fights on the horizon.
No fights on the horizon. Listen, you hit me up with this challenge, I'll consider it. Because I'm like, my back is hurting and my heels hurt because I'm putting on so much weight. Like, I saw myself, I feel myself fucking sometimes. And I was looking at myself in the video. I was like, I'm a thick boy. Why didn't I get so thick? I used to be lean.
Yoga. I think William Henderson's been doing yoga. He's got a lot of back problems, too, that yoga's been helping. So maybe try that DDP yoga.
Okay.
That fucking diamond.
Oh, yeah, I know. But isn't it like $150?
You don't think you can find DDP yoga on the internet for free?
Yeah, you're probably right.
You don't think some Roganite has dropped it? Like, no, you don't have to pay for that.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I am with the boys. Like, I'm gonna watch that shit, but I don't have Amazon Prime.
Have you watched? Oh, never mind then. So you haven't seen Borat yet?
No, I haven't. But I can watch it because I have popcorn time.
That's the way to go. You should do that tonight.
Yeah,
and then we can talk.
I heard
about
it's fucking great.
I don't want to. I want to talk about it, but it'll ruin the gag.
Okay.
So it's like maybe we can bring Borat in next time. That we can fight about politics
for sure.
Politicking. All right. Well, where can they catch you?
You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at the XRoth XWROTH. There might be an underscore in one of those. It'll autocomplete for you. You'll find my face. My name is Steven. You'll know who I am.
You're so famous. You'll find it.
You'll find it. No one else has that. Like, someone else has it, and that's why I can't have them equal, but fuck that guy. I think it was me in, like, 2012 when I had a fucking Windows phone. That's
Oh,
why it doesn't
boo.
work. That's
yeah,
why it didn't
that
work.
makes sense. You're like, I can't
Yeah.
retrieve this email. I don't even
Yeah.
know what it is.
Yeah.
Fucking assholes. All right, I'm at the George F. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of Fathletics. Catch us at the Buddy System Co. or www.thebuddysystem.co. That's where we get all our podcasts. We have a new episode every Thursday for Fathletic, but Monday to Friday there's a show between ACMM, Game Boys, the Buddy Cast, Film Boys, or Film Favorites. Nick Laney called it the Film Boys.
It made sense.
And what else? There's one more. I know there's one more.
Night Guy Baldy.
Night Guy and Baldy. There you go. Yeah, with plenty more on the horizon because it's lockdown and we're making shit happen.
Yeah.
So thanks for listening, guys. We'll talk to you later.
Fight clean.
Ele tem nothing. Ele tem nothing. Not one of you can do nothing.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
When the opponent expands, I contract. When he contracts, I expand.